Openness in Faith End Time Mission. Ancient of Days Temple. Topic: Aquarian Gospel chapter 100, explained by your Ayass father. Verse 1. There is a rule that carnal man has made, and which he rigidly observes. Do unto other men as they do unto you. As others judge, they judge, and as others give, they give. Now, while you walk with men as men, judge not, and you shall not be judged. For as you judge, you shall be judged, and as you give, it shall be given unto you. If you condemn, you are condemned. When you show mercy, men are merciful to you. And if you love in such a way that carnal man can comprehend your love, you will be well beloved. And so the wise men of this world does unto other men as he would have done, he would them do to him. The carnal man does good to other men for selfish gain, for he expects to have his blessings multiplied and then returned. He does not stop to note the end. Man is himself the field. His deeds are seeds, and what he does to others grows apace. The harvest time is sure. Behold the yield. If he has sown the wind, he reaps the wind. If he has sown the unctuous seeds of scandal, theft, and hate, of sensuality and crime, the harvest is assured, and he must reap what he has sown. Yea, more, the seeds produce 100-fold. The fruit of righteousness and peace and love and joy can never spring from unjust seeds. The fruit is like the seed. And when you sow seeds of right, because it is the right, and not in the way of trade, expecting rich rewards. The carnal man abhors the spiritual law, because it takes away his liberty to live in sin. Beneath its light, he cannot satisfy his passion and desires. He is at enmity with him who walks in holy breath. The carnal man has killed the holy men of old, the prophets and the seers. And he will baffle you, will charge you falsely, scourge you, and imprison you, and think he does the will of God to slay you in the streets. But you may not prejudge nor censure him who does you wrong. Each one has problems to solve, and he must solve them for himself. The man who scorns you may have a load of sin to bear, but how about your own? A little sin in one who walks in holy breath is greater in the sight of God than monster sins in him who never knew the way. How can you see the splinter in your brother's eye while you have thorns within yours? First take the thorns from out your eye, and then you may behold the splinter in your brother's eye, and help him take it out. And when your eyes are full of foreign things, you can't see the way, for you are blind. And when the blind leads forth the blind, both lose the way and fall into a slough. If you would lead the way to God, you must be clear in sight, as well as pure in heart.
Oneness. 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 Madam Mr. We can't see say. It is just English. What you want to come back to see when they find the pure teachings. Jesus the Christ in the Gospel of Aquarian Gospel chapter 100. The Sema Okai. Aquarian Gospel chapter 100. Please. Mama the Aquarian Gospel chapter 100. Why is the Gospel? To see her. Now mention baby I would not cast answer. Aquarian Gospel chapter 100. Okay, some way what him for. I think I don't know why the heading. Where are the rules and laws are used to ediment guidance for living. Guidance for living. If you can print this boldly, and the terrible them to guide you every day, you'll be a free man. The Sermon on the Mount continued. Jesus formulates and presents to the 12 a practical code of spiritualities. When I ask some Christ Jesus, only 12 disciples, what they want. This was from Jesus direct to the 12. You catch your money. I say, you are married here. You are man, the carnal man, your physical man. What many white TV say. I say, I will say it to you. Do unto other men as they do unto you. As others judge, they judge. As others give, they give. Hello? The way I'm in America, I will be. The woman in America, now, while you walk with men as men, judge not, and you shall not be judged. So when you for as you judge, you shall be judged. And as you give, it shall be given unto you. If you condemn, you are condemned. So you will be attended. Said I can't believe you will condemn on a son never condemn. You know why? You are also a human being. So I can't some two episode. The panic two, 1, 2, oh no, whoa. We better send that to so now I saw it mom. Forgetting said, what can you pack 5 of us? Whether they heard it or not, what can't one is imprinted in the spiritual aura? We become as a nature. As you condemn, so shall you be condemned. Don't say, you condemn me, I want it. The universe has ears and keeps records. Hello? So I keep on saying, give it to one. Come to. Because don't forget what you have also done. This is practical love. Hello? And when you show mercy, men are merciful to you. And if you love in such a way that carnal man can comprehend your love, you will well be loved. Wakuma mudia humabodi obiechi. So would say only. We do humabo baby. If you show mercy to someone, Selipa nimo onimo, what you baby will be a humabo. And the upper woman. Then when we say, the way you condemn somebody in your heart and mind, or somebody also condemn you in his mind or heart somewhere, and you won't get. It is practical law. Hello? The BIS and the cancer spiritual life is the most difficult school. The Nyano, what do you mean Nyano? It's like that. This thing is simple. It's you reap what you sow. Asante mwami yakani kasa yakani se. Akotira nkoyi moko na kwancheneti hu bifile. Moko na odine mu obi no. Moko na abashi obi. Ye mama ne say, moko na ode shi obi no. Sankwana de shi upa nka beti ase ntebebo a very different person altogether. This is the physical law of life. Hello? And so the wise man of this world does unto men as he would have done to him, as he would have them to do to him. The wise man of this world, the oppressor will be a man and a young. What you say? Say we are bibi. Now we tell say the mesumaya no the person uncle be at the chamia or somebody tell. It doesn't mean I'm a fool. Ebi ampuna me nya ehweza. Ebi ampuna de wire me endu de ni ye but because I'm wise. Me de na me menim say de munye de me pese me nya mercy. So I'm obliged to show mercy to the person who has offended me. It is not simple. But it is a law. It is a law because nobody is perfect. We all make mistakes, mentally, physically, and through our words. Hello? Baby, I'm the dream, and I'm going to say TV in a little bit now. Everybody will walk out. Everybody. I didn't say what you do. I say even what you thought. The dream and every reflected as image that they see here. In a baby. In a baby, we are not worth to be here, and I'm hoping. But this place is a place of polishing lives. And it's all person life here polished. The way you will be very careful. Get to us why you understand what Jesus is saying. When he used himself to offer you as a cancer, he's aware. Woman, if you don't put the answer, the Betty or Martin, I say, you would be, I can sum up to also, they will want to retaliate in the war. Jesus himself, Peter, will come here. The one share when they were Peter, will come and the bed they do. You know, so what's the maintenance? So he was preparing them. They are twice a movie with the and the cancer. Hello? The carnal man does good for other men for selfish gain. Paragraph 7.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
The carnal man does good to other men for selfish gain, for he expects to have his blessings multiplied and then return. He does not stop to note the end.
That's what we do. The one is the same way that you'll be understanding the meaning. This thing, practically, is what kills the relationship. 50 Ghana or them or value you are expecting to do. You don't take note of the end. Mama, your message is simple out. You can change the view. Open the person, when you come, I got the number that. Open the mass, when you pass, when you have to call, or the brother. Your few cities are what I know. Jesus said, this is what we do because we want something in return. You are not a human being. You are not a human being. A human being should love unconditionally. If a human being were pet, not a person pet, then a pet bit my mouth. Or can I come any other pet, but you feed them. You have been giving small gift to somebody because you want something. And the mama bribery and corruption. I don't know what the papa said. Papa ne be deal can be a man. Obey a Juma, obey a position. So the carnal man does good to other men for selfish gain. The guys that do good to ladies because of selfish gain, you will pay for it. The intention is wrong. Let these messages go out. Hello? Man himself is a field. His deeds are the seeds. And what he does to others apace, the harvest time is sure. What where you thought, where you say, what you know, you near your dream, a baby. You be chat our assassins, a woman, I will near any dream. Miss Angel. Ya menebo ya asase de honam ya dwen ne ye nnuaba ye duabia so dua de be bibi nti nnuaba ko na edua wasase nye de be bibi ko na ko dua moko na bibi de. If you have always been thinking negatively, they be out doing selfishly, they be out doing wicked, they be out doing condemning people, and if you are bravo, You have people who will be wicked towards you, will be selfish in helping you, and will condemn and judge you without your knowledge. Because that is what you have sown. If you have done a good job, hello? Behold the yield. If he has sown the wind, he reaps the wind. If he has sown the noxious seeds of scandal, theft, and hate, of sensuality and crime, the harvest is assured, and he must reap what he has sown. Yea, more the seed produce 100-fold. Verse 10 is the most dangerous thing. Hello? So this kind of what I do, you wouldn't sound for position. You will marry, you see how your wife will teach you. So would be Anframa, but Chanframa in your pure marriage. So the people that will be. And if you want your in one. Open feel was some frama. Hello? Was it the harvest time is assured there and said, you won't hear, you know. Open your shabba 100 food. Hello? See the number of people you have lied to. Can you pardon what you are trying to Can you pardon our say you? Can you pardon our customer to almost? Can you pardon our general one day? They do with your swag. It's 100. Don't take spiritual life for granted. You're quiet. Obeka said, "You is a beauty." It's a mere can't see. Football has rules. Boxing has rules. Athletics has rules. Politics has rules. Religion and spirituality also has rules. People forget the rules in spirituality and want to live anyhow. And yes, sir, there are periods in this world. Say, the bring and change the one. Say, Easter, say, Ramadan, and then you win. Because a physical calendar. What goes on in the world? The carbon different. You subtract, you add, you multiply, you divide. The answer will come to you. Have you been multiplied? Have you been divided? Have you been subtracted? Or have you been added? Huh? The quotient. What is quotient? The answer will come to you. Don't blame anybody. Who can't talk? Any babies. Who can't talk? Because you are selfish. Over Brebia. Economic. This is it. So who can't talk? And you have members. Over Brebia. You know you are lying. When someone can day for selfish gain, someone knows it can. So you are hearing church members attacking their pastor because he has used their money. Nobody did. Monte, no one says how what? This disgrace is no more than Sikana with you. So I say when the time comes, what do you know? It will be 100 food. I could put me above magic. Yes, 11. That's what I'm.
The fruits of righteousness and peace and love and joy can never spring from noxious seeds. The fruit is like the seed.
I say, Abrabo Kron Kron, Asumje, any or Donna or Person Winyan, was saying or catch them. And the Abana would do Abrabo Mona Peasant, and to my Abrabo Kron did that nearly. One piece, go. One love, go. So get the peace and love. Okay, oh, General, never would get their own effort. Was it end to me yet that because what we are poisonous seeds, the fruit is like the seed. The area one, the outcome is because of the seeds you have sown towards people. The day you came alone, and how about you went out one for a mumbo. That will be what in the bed, woman, I'll be a bed. Not the beauty, one general one to say the BNC. Forget about that. On the last day you go alone, even you are serving bread and ask them to send it to prayer. They don't go at the same time. Obani will come some dog for that pass, I move back with that jabba. The one. What you believe, said, we all came alone and to go alone now. One man will be embedded by your courage. Oh, which? I hope I'm here. This is practical guidelines for life. This is often. I want everybody to be good. Do whatever you want. Men will be and how. Men will be near and how. Men will be near how. And you go astray, you will still pay for it. You know now when you get one. And when you sow seeds of right, because it is the right, and not in the way of trade, expecting great rewards. So would be a papa, and your book on our photos will be young for sure. Many papa so person your baby, Fakumapania doye the way. Whether they say thank you is not a business. Don't expect anything in return. When it comes back to Alhamdulillah, but give it to nature. You can't understand to see. Said boys, and girls. Remember, the brother boys say later in life is how they liked ladies because they gave him fried rice, and what? Pizza back open to else why I'm open. If you when you're not a jump one lady, it is important to me. Now, so come and go. If you expect anything in return from the dog, yes or no? So what is wrong with us? Security is wrong for Papa Kramanacha. Kraman Nede, if we say we have security. We are giving the food to the dog to be strong, so we are better more security. When you sow seeds of right because it is the right, and not in the way of trade, expecting rich rewards. When you be that is not the law. You pay for it. That is the order, please. Because they are winning what's that thing? What? Nipa na wodi wani ma kwa bibi ama wo no. Wo wodi na ni mo no. Da bi o ma bibi ndi wo ko. Na nsi a wonya ma wo je. Wo se me ntwa so nye den. Enye bie. Wo ja no wan ni bibi. Be anamwa. You pay for it. Because you are no more getting, or because you see say you won't get any more. You have stopped. And remember, as soon as you stop, who do you ask yourself? You think, say, what did the papa and answer what is on there? What did the money answer? What did the papa answer? So you pay for it. So what did you do, man? Some of you also be baby when you all your mouth. Now, take her. You don't even remember. So you decide. 13. 13.
The carnal man aborts the spirit law.
Sure.
Because it takes away his liberty to live in sin.
Yes.
Beneath its light, he cannot satisfy his passion and desires.
Who can explain this to me? The carnal man abhors spirit law because it takes away his liberty to live in sin. Beneath its light, he cannot satisfy his passions and desires. As can you imagine? So there you are, dear. We are bright, so can be children. But because said they were sharing the beauty, how can you what? Hey, yo. I must say, Nipa open them. Some spirit law said, don't judge, don't react, don't retaliate, basa. Nipa open them empty. Because a mao and you're free and perform, you want to be free to retaliate. It takes out the liberty to live in sin. Beneath its lights, he cannot satisfy his passions and desires. He be at a chill. It won't mean cabin jenny ban. He be at a chill. It won't mean any. He be at a chill. It won't mean dinner bonnet. And man, he be at a chill. Was the end and some person be chill. We abhor means we want to throw away the spirit law. So one can't you throw away your knowledge and retaliate. Some of them so one can't obey you. Because in some year you help somebody is not destroying your image. What will you do? You are what I'm will be a dear and they will say with you. What per drum will be or back or not, per se you would. Is it easy to say something as it is not? But and I'm saying to me, yes, I we are born. I bought yes, I am that's pretty long. They didn't give you. They need jam and no couple. Jam and chance and some more. Jam and no. You are right. Obey any party who said you ain't in our year, which are. And that is not the way to go. And yet is work. I'm not saying it. It is an Aquarian gospel. He is at enmity with him who walks in bread, in holy bread. The carnal man has killed the holy men of old, the prophets, and they say, now, you should come away in a some snowy apostles in the Casanova. That prophet will do and dinner. Was saying, Nippana on Passa spread law, a son of Brabum. There be a war wouldn't be here, would disciples and apostles, mamma of family members of money be decided. The baby, my town, on the town. Now, and none say, Nipper will be as and pay church a pendulum. O Moku Yakupon, Nipper of your croupon. Up from Sephora and Moku. They have killed prophets and seers. Because the prophets and seers will say, forgive. Move on. Think about yourself. Nipper also wants to satisfy his passion and desire. Verse 13, he cannot satisfy his passions and desires. You cannot do away with this. Until the prophet in see a they can. It is an event the some grab back so that we leave them to live the way they live. They want. After we narrow down to the 12 apostles. And he will betray you, will charge you falsely, scourge you, and imprison you. And he thinks he does the will of God to slay you in the streets. And I'm someone who might be here for Pentino, or make some so every with the mass. Oh, different. Wait, and you have to second in the spiritual life. Hello? Hello? The moment I share this enlightenment, this is how obstacles come. The near banana man noticing, after look at some of you on one bad. You have problems in your life because you want to prove that you are actually what to be. Yes, in prison and then will scourge you and you're physically involved. So only young boys now that's after what TV that's now withdraw. See how they perceive you. One and some I want to never be already here, Papa Jan and years in there. After we say, what you want they will say. On the up on say no to my own country. You do it simply because you have learned something. Was it forget about them and move forward? I told what I say. Be you a, but you may not project nor censor him who does you wrong. Honestly. Who does you wrong, not who you think has made you wrong. Hello? The partner from us, so don't project, don't censor them. Each one has problems to be solved, and he must solve them for himself. Hello? Nipa ndio when your problem, I know someone had it. China. Ukra wunti when your problems so what? Ukra wunti when your heavy load. Now papa home for the day. Leave it. The man who scourges you may have a load of sin to bear, but how about your own? Nipa na oye obi enya wanya assembly adiswa na also adiswa there nji wa adiswa no na ma no fa na so de muso ye de nkonko na mo ni nsan ko fa adiswa ye de enka. This is practical way of living in spiritual life. Hello? Number 19. Dangerous. Verse 19. Man base that kind of as a man.
A little sin in one who walks in holy bread is greater in the sight of God than monstrous sin in him who never knew the way.
Understood? Hello? When a man, if you are on the spiritual path, you can't say, man, be grandpa. As I was with the assembly chamber, and then yes, I can. Aquarian Gospel, chapter 100, verse 19. Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ, chapter 100, verse 19. Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ, chapter 100, verse 19. A little sin in one who walks in holy bread is greater in the sight of God than monster sins in him who never knew the way. That is not Gaza. I can't remember. I tell you, the Aquarian for that. I may be a fan, my main crime. Is it my main fan, my main crime? What? And I'm a young boy, to wait till the end. When you home, what's the young one part of it? Who say what they're way then? Be a car. Salty. Or more being. Was the one walk on the spiritual path? From socket ticket and the sight of God. And who tell Nipa only spiritual path? Ball and our son. A little sin in the sight of the one who is aware, who is developing self-consciousness. In the sight of God is greater than the monster, kind of monster of sin. And Nipa only no elder, who never knew the way. Hello? How would they tell you tear your home? How would they tell you tear your home? Because only the universe expects you to have known better. Yes or no? You only know. Only Jan Kakra. Yes, Babu. What's it? You will even know one year there. You will never find 1 year there. You can't mark a crazy. You can't get one mark a crazy. And the only know by and you want to mark a crazy. Look at 20. What's it say?
How can you see the splinter in your brother's eyes while you have thorns within yours?
I didn't know so you no one can say so in some because before you date someone, ask yourself what you have been doing, thinking and saying before you say the way. Simple and short. You go behind to something. Hello? Read again.
How can you see the splinter in your brother's eye while you have thorns within yours? Within your own.
Change one.
First take the thorns from out your eyes, and then you may behold the splinter in your brother's eye and help him take it out.
Once I can help him take it out, it's not easy. Argentina, you'll be in the movie. Now they're the movie. You would any feel what's in our world. Because all address it, what's easy, but you can answer. The make out here. We are not there to all bottles. We are not there 6 bottles. All bottles be bottles. And I will not be a sir. Sorry, just an example. I'm just saying. You remove the chunks in your eye before you remove the splinter in your brother's eye, so that you can see well and help it out. To cry Jesus, that catch a principle. One year, one and all year, what you can do one more. I didn't know back to Sarah. He said, did not talk about it. Why name from that? What do you come concern? What's the reason? Why do you move on in the why? Why are you seeing this thing greater? Into one because one in your way below. One name young from Sonda. So he said, do not condemn. Or so bad, I will not condemn you. But go and don't make the mistake again. That's how God will say to you. He didn't condemn him. When someone would do it, you'll be correct. When you be correct, and say, you'll be cool and gentle. Why not have some of your super inspector out you? But he's out there gentle. Will be correct and incorrect. So if you see somebody's incorrect, make up of this. Be careful. One name from soda. Okay, so one name you wait from so one name from soda. No one so one what you could do. They just quickly came to jail. I want yes, I'm back home pushing in the sumo and obey your back. That could you concern and obey your back. Back with Jenny back who one and obey the next of Walla. What do this? The one young from Soda day, only can to bombo or bar. And while your eyes are full of foreign things, you cannot see the way, for you are blinded. The moment when you want journey, you may be foreign, you cannot see blindly. The moment you want to express resentment and anger towards something or somebody, one Kaiser also ground get perfectly, so you don't see well. And when the blind lead for the blind, both lose the way and fall into the slough. Nipa na person retaliating, so now you're blind or you're on the boy. And also the blind are on the boy. So there will be chaos in the society. Nobody is willing to forgive. If you lead the way to God, you must be clear in sight as well as pure in your heart. If you want to lead the way to God, you must be pure in heart. It's clear in sight and then pure in heart. Clear in sight means we need the home. Okay, forget. My example be that there's one man, he belongs to a spiritual society. John gave me, he said, no, do you be now? John gave me dinner 10 basari. Man, the girl will be about 20, the man is about 60. Cassette man is animal one side. Daddy, and I'll show my body or was leave her, she just lay, but she'll still pay for it. No jump. Leave her, she's just learning, but she will still pay for it. That's what he said. Of course, what happens is this. The blind is leading the blind, so you all fall down the well. Because of the blindness of the girl in quotes, the man has also become blind. People so been to wear blind. The sort of attacks you have, there were chance that you pay back. From you know what? You had to. But then you keep quiet. Because I say, if you sow the seeds of mercy, mercy will come to you. And I want to. Peter said it. You have a chance to pay back. But I want men to have mercy on me. I want God to have mercy on me. So I've tried as much as possible to be merciful to the one who has offended me. It's not easy to do. Come on, Cassie. What's not making here mercy? What's not making here favor? What's not making here protection? What's not making here wealth? What's not making here long life? What's not making here good health? Sanity, Alhamdulillah, on Fanasama. Satam no Sansa Mia Sanamana, I'll deal with them. Some man, you know what I yes, sir, a bedroom baby. I'll be judged according to how I judge the one who offended me. Easy. They can't say it. So this says Peter, who bought me by me. You're just kind of wedding. Because it's not, it was not easy. Who bought me by me? You must just a kind. It's not the same thing. You reap what you sow. The law of karma, the law of recompense, the law of cause and effect. The man used to press on count. Aquarian Gospel chapter 100. Verse 19. A little sin in one who walks in holy bread is greater in the sight of God than monster sins in him who never knew the way. So if you are on the spiritual path of enlightenment, be very conscious all the time. The small slip, they will slap you harder. The small slip will be punished harder. The small slip, they will warn you now who was also. The small slip, they will confuse you more than anybody. The washing, they will confuse you, like I said, a punishment. Some will but they will confuse you. You have proved to them that you don't deserve what you have learned. And come here, Mobo. Don't catch a shampoo. What do you want here? Shampoo, what do you want here? If you saw the ticket, I'm over here. I'm on some phone. We don't want to actually, I'm son of a major domo. Wait, and yeah. Aquarian Gospel chapter 20. Difficult to live. Nobody can practice this 100%. Fayane Kaya Bunta. Remember, you are the passion, you are the desire, you are the near, you are the soup. When you give room for stupidity. What is it? When you give room for foolishness, that the person can act foolishly at any time. Give room for that. And then train yourself to smile when the person misbehaves foolishly or stupidly. Train yourself like that was a way. And you say, hey, don't be surprised at anybody's behavior. You too don't give somebody the reason to be surprised at your behavior. Monday. Hello? I'm people who go. If you are the spiritual part, otherwise, not something you feel like paying back. Especially if you know something. But we will quote. What I want you to say, I got the big academy. Simple. Because I will give you possible as in you go ever that should one. You said it meant that who said the power of the universe and your mercy and more from our let do this thing in your own interest. Is it easy? Is it easy? Oh, big no. Man can say, man, and you won't say yes. There's no. But it is a way of life. Now, go from why? Now, there's answer in the young family. You are bottled here, but obey. How can you be in water and not get wet? Obey there to maybe as a deeper elbow. You are not, I say, men are not too. Is it easy? Do you know why you also do something to affect someone? You are not angel. Now, couple who know matter. Now, be there anyway. This is openness in faith and condition. Ancient of this temple. Amen.